my name is Abby, and today we are going to do a little bit of a to-be-read haul and books that I have liked that I've read that I would like to recommend. So yeah, let's talk books. First up, we have Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have been wanting to read this book for so long. It has been on my list forever, and it's definitely going to be one of the next books that I read because I cannot wait. Then we have Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I really hope I did not pronounce the name wrong, but I cannot wait to read this book. It has been on my list forever. Then we have Punk 57. This book my friend read, and she said it was really good. So I bought it, and it's by Penelope Douglas. So yeah, can't wait for this one too. We have Verity by Colleen Hoover. I am quite excited to read this book. I've heard so many good things about it, and it's very popular right now, so I cannot wait. Ugly Love, and as you can tell, I've already read it. As soon as I got my new books, I read this one first, and oh my gosh, did I cry so much. I cried so much from this book, but it was so good, but like, I was so sad. But read it, please. It's so good. 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. This book I actually got for Christmas last year, and I haven't gotten the chance to read it yet. I am going to try to read it soon. I'm not going to get this out, but I got the entire Shatter Me series because I read the first one. And I loved it so much that I got the rest of the series. And I cannot wait to read the entire series. I'm so excited. This book was one of the best books I have ever read. So, I got the next one. And I cannot wait. The Forgetting and the Knowing. I'm so excited. Like, I loved this book so much. Like, this is just a book that I could read over and over again. Like, it was so good. Like, I recommend anyone read this, okay? It's amazing. I also got One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next, and I'm currently reading One of Us is Lying, and it's really good so far. And yeah, I can't wait to read the second one. I still have a few books also from Christmas. I have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I've heard is so good. So I'm also excited to read this one. I got The Song of Achilles and Every Last Word. These are the books that I still have from Christmas, and also 5 Total Strangers. So yeah. Then I got the sequel to Dance of Thieves. So I got Vow of Thieves. And here's my Dance of Thieves. I loved this book. It was so good. Nice enemies to lovers. I'm excited to read the next one. So I ended up getting 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And then someone said that they recommend to get the Shadow and Bone series before I read these. So naturally, I got to the entire Shadow and Bone series. This is where it ends, which I have heard is so sad. And if you didn't know, it's about a school shooting, I believe. Yeah. So I'm not prepared. And I have a feeling I'm going to be seriously crying. I also went thrifting and I found Where the Crawdads Sing. And I know that this book has been getting a lot of attention lately. So I bought it right away. And now, let's get to the book recommendation part. As you can see, I took a lot of books off my shelf, so be prepared. First up is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I read this book in a day. It was so good. I'm literally obsessed with it. This book is probably my first choice for a romance book. Like, it is so good. I loved it. Then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This book got me into reading. I used to just read on my phone, and then I read this book, and now look at where I am. Now I have a bunch of books. So yeah, I recommend that every single person alive reads this book. I read this book in a day. And then I went out and I bought the second one. And I read this one in a day. And I annotated this one as well. And then I went out and I got the third one. And I read this one in 2 days. Because it is a lot bigger. But literally this entire series has my heart. Like, I love it so much. I recommend that everyone reads it. Because it is amazing. I would read it over and over again. And I'm thinking that I might want to reread the first one so I can annotate it. But the first one will always be my favorite. Because it's so good. We Were Liars. This book made me sob. Like, it's really confusing at the beginning. But then once you get to the end, it's like that last chapter, it all makes sense. And then it's just like, it's really sad. Then we have They Both Die at the End. I enjoyed this book, but I feel like I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't as good as people were telling me. Like, I really liked it, but like at the end I didn't cry, or like I didn't get sad. Well, I mean I got sad, but I didn't cry because I guess I was just expecting it too much for what the type of book it is. But yeah, it was really good though, but it just wasn't as good as I heard. Sorry, I'm switching angles a lot because it's not working out. Next up we have The Love Hypothesis. I really liked this book. I liked it a lot. It was really cute. Like, their relationship before they got together was so cute. I loved this book. And I definitely recommend reading it. The Hating Game. I really liked this book. It was very good. And I watched the movie after I read it. And I didn't like the movie, but I loved the book. I mean, I liked the movie, but like, they missed out a lot of key parts that like make the book what it is. So, I recommend reading this book. It is so good. Next up, Beach Read. This book was so good. It was so good. Like, just the fact that they, you know, it was just read it. Just read it. It's hard to explain, but it's so good. This is also one of the books that got me into reading. I bought this one and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and this one was very good, very good. But the beginning is kind of slow, I'm not going to lie. It did take a while to get to like the nitty-gritty, but it was still very good. And I definitely want to get the other one by this author, which is Stephanie Perkins. There's another one that says Someone's in Your House or something like that, and I definitely want to read that one because I did enjoy this one a lot. It ends with us. You all know. Maybe. I don't know. But this book, oh my gosh, broke my heart. But I cried so much for this book. Like, it was crazy. But I love this book. But like, if you definitely want to have your heart broken, read it. Just read it. But even if you don't, it's still really good. Like, it's such a good book to read. All Your Perfects. All Your Perfects. I loved this book so much. The fact that it's just a married couple going through problems is made into a book. It's just so good. Like, it's incredibly sad, and I cried so much over this book. But it's still really good. And like the end, it's worth it. It's worth it, I promise. Then She Was Gone. Whenever I first started this book, I was not expecting it to be that good. Like, I started reading it and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna like this. It's kind of slow at first, but it picks up speed very quickly. After you get to like a certain part, you just know. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, I bet you this is gonna happen. Like, it's so good. Like, also very sad as well. Like, I don't know why all my books are sad, but this one was sad. And it's about a mother who lost her daughter. Her daughter just vanished out of nowhere. But then as the story goes on, she starts to reveal what happened to her daughter. So definitely read this book. It's so good. And I think that's it for all my books. I mean, I have a whole bunch. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. This was very fun to make. I will link in the description down below a link to all these books. I would just put them all on an Amazon list so you don't have to look for all different books. They'll all be in the same list. So if you want to buy any of these books, check them out. I definitely recommend getting them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And comment down below any book recommendations that you would recommend to me, because I would definitely like to hear what you guys read. So please comment down below what you read, any recommendations that you think I would like or that I should read. I definitely will. So see you guys in the next video. Bye!